Well, good evening and welcome inside our Drawson Recreation Center as we get set for action between the Sherwood Park Titans and the Parkland Posse. My name is Keenan, bringing you all of the action on this Friday evening. Thank you so much for joining us and letting us be a part of your weekly lacrosse. As referees getting their final checks completed. Ball is down on the face-off floor. And we are underway here in our Drawson. As Parkland is going to get the first sustained offensive of this one, and going to be a quick shot there from Lewis. His shot's going to go wide. This ball is going to bounce all the way out to the blue line, and currently loose in center, crossing the red, still loose. Finally going to be picked up by the Posse. Will be sent over to Schulz. Schulz stops up, loses his footing on a bit of a slippery floor this evening. And now the Titans are going to look to go to work as rushing up the close side. It's Amiette. He's going to circle back, try and get a pass off, go for a change. As the Titans are going to look to move it around on the outside, slowing it down low look, and a quick shot there from Little. And the Posse with the save. In goal, number 33, Jackson Bennett for the Posse. On the other end, Garrett Sarich for the Titans. As Jones holds it on the close side boards, runs it up into the center. Now pass off towards the benches. Look at his circle back, get a little bit of assistance from Lewis. Pass kind of ends up to nobody right now. 10 seconds on the shot clock, and now the Titans gain it, and they're going to go to work. It's Allen, brings it across the red, goes for a change. Trying to move it around right now. Looking for a shot down the inside is McCormack. McCormack gets one off, and whistle's going to blow. They're going to award this ball to the Posse. Posse now rushing it left to right. Posse wearing the white with the dark blue and lime. Titans in the dark green with yellow. Posse looking to cut in now. Fedoruk looks to take a shot that goes a little bit wide. Ball currently rolling along the far side boards. It's going to have a whistle here. And ball awarded to the Titans. Still at zeros is where we sit, just over 2 minutes into this one. Titans looking to direct a little bit of traffic. As Amiette is going to restart for the Titans. Pass onto the close side, now back across. Currently holding as a Posse goes down somewhere in the middle. Ball kind of shot out to nobody into the close side corner. Titans running it up to the top. Scoot, shoots and scores is Josh Little, putting the Titans on the board early off a bouncing shot that finds its way past Bennett. The Titans strike first blood. Last time they played in this building, it was the opposite, as the extreme would go on to decimate the Titans. But the Titans looking to get off to a hot start in their second game on home turf. Off the draw, Posse are going to win it as streaking in was Potvin, who throws a bit of a hit on Seville, as Seville ended up getting rubbed out a bit by Barrel. Comes up with it now. Pass across to Shelton. They're going to call it an over and back by just a hair. That's a good break for the Titans. Pass off, running it in now is Little, already with one in this game. Little looking for a passing lane. He finds one over to the far side, being covered. And now in the far side corner and running up to the center. Now finds his way back to Little. Little's going to wide and fire another one down low, and that one's going to go just a little bit wide. It's on the close side. Janos with it. Pass off, Schulz. Schulz being covered by the captain of Thompson. As Thompson knocked it loose. Posse, though, doing a nice job to maintain possession of that ball. as looking down low for Runco. This ball still loose and jumping up and getting shoved right into the net. We're going to have a penalty, and now we're going to have a bit of pushing and shoving here. As referees are coming in to calm everybody down. And we'll see what the official calls are. I believe it's going to be a Titans penalty here, and that will be the only one. So it's going to be a 2-minute cross-checking call to the Titans, which means the Posse are going to go on the power play. So you can see there's a 1:20 on your screen there, instead of the usual, what it would say, 2 minutes. A recent change to our score bug may have changed the way that it displays a little bit. Nonetheless, we are back underway with the Posse now looking to go to work on the man advantage. As Hackett quarterbacking it at the top, down to Schulz and now down low. Finds his way back up to Hackett. And a pass intended for Schulz was just a little bit wide of his stick. It's going to be a battle for it on the close side, and finally pops out, and ripping it home is going to be Riley Lewis with a power play marker to make it 1-1. Great job by the Posse trying to get the Titans off kilter. They are able to do so. And they strike on the power play. Just over 4 minutes gone by as we sit 15:50 remaining in the first. Back underway, loose ball off the draw. Titans of Gadbois had it, passes off to Hui. And now ripping and firing out far is going to be Tellier. Tellier passes off. There's a pass right into the center, and player goes down pretty hard. As Hunneman hit Barrel down, and I don't think Barrel was fully intending the power of that, as Seville's going to knock his player into the boards. And we got a player down now on the floor. And there's going to be an extra shot here to the Posse. No penalties forthcoming here. Titans. If you're a Titan, you got to be a little bit upset about that one. Is looking to be a bit injured on the play is Brandon Hui. He's limping a little bit after being driven hard into the boards by Seville. Nonetheless, play is going to continue. As the Titans hold it in the far side, there's a penalty coming up here to the Posse as a second chance opportunity now by Gadbois. Ends up in the netting. It's going to be a cross check to the Posse. So the Titans going to get their first look on the man advantage. So getting it started for the Titans is going to be Caden McCormick, as he's going to pass it over to Little. Little regains it, looks to wind up, opts to pass instead. Back up at the top. A couple back and forths here, and now finally looking for a fake. Maybe a tic-tac-toe, as looking to go behind the head was Little. And now the Posse have the ball short-handed. They're going to go to work as Hogman is going to run it up quickly. It's a 2-on-1, short-handed, and they're going to put it home. Tyler Shelton, short-handed goal to make it 2-1 Posse. .11 to play here in the first. And the Posse with their first lead of this one. This ball going to be scooped off the draw deep in Titans territory. Titans have a long way to go. Bring it across. It's Allen. Goes for a change. As ripping one from out far was McCormick, and a nice stop by Bennett. As Little tries to stop Scheppel up. Is now running right into the middle is Lewis, already with one in this one. Ball is going to go all the way down into Posse territory for an over and back call. Still 45 seconds of power play time to go for the Titans. And now they get to do it with a fresh 30 deep in Posse territory. And realistically, it's not going to matter, as the ball is going to miss everybody and go all the way deep down into Titans territory, where the Posse are going to try and get a quick whistle to go to work. And the referee is going to have none of that. 20 seconds of power play time to go. Posse already with one short-handed. They are doing an amazing job of killing this man advantage off. Schulz runs it behind the Titans net, stops up, looking for a pass right into the front to the other Lewis of Tyson, as Jones comes fresh out of the box for the Posse. We're back 5-on-5. Schmidt brings it in, slows it down for the Titans. Pass over. Now trying to cut in through one, maybe two. Can't get around number 2 or 3. Ball, though, going to bounce almost right in front. And lucky for the Posse, there was no Titan there to meet it. Jones running up quickly, barely beating the 8 seconds, as Fontaine is going to go down. No penalty called or possession change called on that. It's the Titans with it. Ball gets knocked loose off of Seville, coming fresh out of the gate. And now Seville has maybe an open chance here, but 2 Titans just bearing down right behind him. He can't find a passing lane out past them. And now ball gets knocked out of Seville's stick. As we're in the far side corner, picked up by the Titans. And the Titans, with a potential odd man rush, was going to be cut quickly, and now puts it right in front for Riley Lewis and makes the Titans pay. His second of the game gets the Posse up by a deuce. It's 3-1. The Titans having eerie shades back a couple weeks now. It's fresh off crossover weekend last weekend. As Seville wins it, it's going to get knocked out of his stick. Immediately picks it back up, however. As Seville still holds it against a lot of pressure on the far side, and they're going to award that ball to the Titans on an off-ball violation. And a nice job by Runco to cut that pass. Runco coming in one-on-one, still trying to get a shot off, and he somehow manages one on Sarich. Now battle for the loose ball on the close side, and just Fedoruk just going at his man of Thompson. Thompson, though, doing a nice job of holding it. Gets it right in front to Little. Little is covered, though. Opts to pass it instead out to Potvin. And now out with a hard shot is going to be Hui. Looking good after a potential injury scare only a few minutes ago. Just trying to get it up the close side, and driven hard down was Janos. Sarich comes up with the ball. Tries to get it out to a teammate, but the Posse, though, are able to pick it off, and they're going to continue their sustained offensive pressure as we close in on the halfway point of the first. Lewis takes a shot, and referee's going to call it no goal. All the Posse on the floor were hoping that maybe, as it looked to trickle past Sarich, but referee gives them no dice. in the back half of the first period now. The Titans looking to start this half on a bang. But that bang instead is going to end up in a potential odd man rush here for the Posse. Shelton gets it out, and a shot by Hunneman goes off a player and up. Schulz, though, maintaining possession for the Posse. In the close side corner, running it now behind the net, and he gets slightly tripped up, and ball going to be awarded to the Titans. Titans bringing it up through center, beating the 8 seconds. It's Amiette to Hui. Hui looking to get around his man, and there's going to be a possession change there. Zianos went down hard. It's Fontaine trying to pass it right in the center to Hackett. Hackett was covered just enough that the Titans were able to knock that ball loose. And as I say that now, the Posse doing a nice job on the offensive rush to knock that ball loose. And now it's going to be a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Titans. Running it in, streaking in, takes a shot that goes just a little bit wide as Cowan. As the Posse regain possession deep in their own zone. Jones stops up at the blue line. Passes to Schulz. Schulz goes onto the far side boards. Ferguson with it. Making a quick pass, and one, maybe two looks now from Riley Lewis, already with two, looking for his third. As now bringing it in is Thompson. Thompson stopped up just in front of us here at the penalty boxes. He's going to just dump that one in a little bit further, go for a change off. Looking for a fake shot was Tellier. Is Tellier covered by Lewis. Tyson. 2 Lewises on the Posse, 21 of Tyson Lewis and 88 of Riley Lewis. Like, that's not going to get confusing, saying Lewis and Lewis. This ball goes up into the netting. It's going to be awarded Titans ball as that went off of a Posse. Hui fires one, goes off of Bennett into the far side. Loose ball will be picked up. And now up to Hogman. Hogman, one-on-one, gets around his man and a shot on Sarich, and Sarich makes the stop. And now the Titans looking for maybe an odd man rush of their own. They're not going to do it, as the Posse doing a nice job getting back for the change, negating any offensive pressure that the Titans could have put on the fast break. Holding it and waiting with it is McCormick. McCormick looked for a shot, and a nice job by Latondra to knock that ball loose. Maintain possession is the Titans, as a hard shot goes just a little bit wide. 30-second shot clock is going to expire. 6:42 to play in the first. It's going to be Posse ball, and Titans maybe not too happy with that one. But it's not going to matter. Titans passing around the outside. Schulz with it on the close side now. Into the center, streaking shot. Hackett goes a little bit wide. Ball bounces all the way up into the Titans bench. And they're going to award it to the Titans. With 6 minutes to go here in the first. Barrel gets stripped of it, and now Seville had a bit of an open lane, but the Titans bearing down on him, elects to circle back. Titans strip the ball. Potvin has it now, being harassed by Hunneman, and Gadbois was not happy. He felt that maybe there should have been a penalty. He was signaling to the referee. Either way, he got the ball, and now a couple passes later, and we're in the far side corner. Ball loose in the close side corner. Hunneman trying to go after it against Potvin. Hunneman and Potvin getting tangled up. Hunneman not happy as Potvin threw his stick to the ground. As Hunneman was trying to get that pass. It was almost cut by the Titans, and ball going to be awarded to them deep in the Posse territory with just over 5 to play in the first. Gadbois with it. Far side, trying to get around his man. He can't. Gets a little bit of assistance now. Up to the top, McCormick. McCormick winds, fires one high, and it's going to go off the back of the goaltender and in. What an unfortunate break for the Posse as the Titans find a way to put it in the back of the net, much to the dismay of Jackson Bennett. Perfectly in position and just maybe throwing one on net. They say in hockey, you throw pucks on net, something's bound to happen that goes your way. Well, maybe the same saying goes in lacrosse as well, as we sit 3-2 with 4:45 to play in the first. Back underway now. Posse, Seville with it. Seville knocks down the man and gets hit from behind, as well as Sarich comes up with a stop. No penalty coming up there, as Posse maybe throwing a bit of a harder hit there, which is going to award the Titans the ball with 4:25 to go. Streaking in, gets knocked down, still maintained the ball through all that. Was Grayson Vekved, and nice job getting through 4 Posse. Gets knocked down though, and ball pops out of his stick. There's a broken stick on the play here. Is heading back over is Drolet. As this game's starting to pick up in its physicality now, as the Posse get a second chance look, and Sarich comes away with it. Sarich just going to yeet that one down the floor. Comes to Gadbois at the blue line, and he's just going to hold it, wait for the reinforcements to come onto the floor. Hackett was bearing down. Hui gave a little bit of assistance. Gadbois still holds it on the far side. Now out to the center, trying to get around a couple people is Tellier, who gets a shot off, and now digging for it is Barrel. Can't get it out past the Posse defense. As now running it up is Janos on the close side. Janos brings it up to the blue line, passes to Schulz, goes for a change. Schulz with it now, being covered by Schmidt. Schulz fakes out Schmidt, open lane, takes a shot. Sarich comes up with a stop. 3 minutes to play in the first. As now Emiette with Fedorik right behind him. Now Bassinger has it in far side corner, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Out to the top is McCormick. Pass down to Hui, down low. Taking a shot, now Jones with it. Jones, 2-on-2 opportunity. Looking for Ferguson on the far side, couldn't quite find the back of his stick, and now the Titans trying to get a break out. Allen slows it down, and with no pressure, it falls out of his stick. He keeps possession, however. It's Tellier. Pass up into the close side corner. Player goes down off the ball. Gadbois with it. Out to the front, 6 seconds left on the shot clock. They do end up getting a shot from McCormick, so fresh 30. Let's see if they can maintain possession. This ball's currently loose behind Bennett. Bennett scoops that one up. Minute 53 to go in the first. Up through the middle, misses everybody. That's going to go all the way down in behind the net as the Titans strip it. And Emiette has it now, evading a couple defenders. Off to Hui with a minute 30 to go now. Hui winds and fires one. Bennett stops it. Close side corner of the Titans. Now down low and looking for a shot was Little, and I believe that may have gotten a piece of Bennett and just went off the shoulder into the far side corner. Titans keep it just inside the zone as we enter the final 60 of this one. Pass by the Titans out to no one. And ball is being left. They're going to call that the 8-second shot clock violation. Sorry, I think it may have just said 8-second shot clock violation. That is very incorrect. My apologies. So Posse with the ball, 40 seconds to go to get one, maybe two shots on Sarich. That's going to go in. As Tyson Lewis is going to get awarded that one to make it 4-2 Posse late in the first. With 35.7 to go. Ball's going to go down into the face-off dot for Seville and McCormick. And Seville going to come up with another win. And we are going to have a timeout called by the Posse with 27.5 seconds to go in the first. So the Posse going to look to make a plan here, maybe try and head into the first intermission up by a triple, as they actually haven't put up the fourth goal on the board yet here in the arena. It is, though, in fact, 4-2. Goals so far, 2 from Riley Lewis, Tyson Lewis also potting that most recent one, and then Tyler Shelton has the 4th for the Posse. Well, we thank you so much for tuning in to CROW LAX TV. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every single time we go live all season long across 4 divisions this year: Junior B Tier 1, Junior B Tier 2, Alberta Major Female, and Senior B. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter, at CROW LAX TV. As the Posse are going to pull their goaltender here with 27.5 to go. And as the shot clock winds down, it's going to go right here. They got one final possession. They have the entire rest of the period to work with here. 20 seconds is currently holding it is going to be Tyson Lewis. Lewis and Schulz back and forth. It's actually going to be knocked off its course by Thompson. Posse, though, just trying to get something going and to take a low shot down on Sarich. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Titans maybe looking to get one back. Posse doing a nice job of maintaining. The pressure is high hit now, and a couple back and forth. So now we're going to have a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle, and everybody's going to converge on each other here. Referee's getting right in the middle of it to separate everybody. And they'll make sure nothing extra comes out of that one. So after the first period of play, 4-2 Posse lead over the Titans. We'll be back with the second period here on CROW LAX TV. Welcome back inside our Drawson Recreation Center. Second period action about to get underway here between the Sherwood Park Titans and the Parkland Posse through the first 20. Posse up by 2. It's 4-2. It's kicking it off. It's going to be awarded to the Titans. It's Thompson. He's going to pass that off. Ball going to be knocked out of Potvin's stick. Potvin does maintain possession, however, as it's going to go up top and pass down onto the close side is Gadbois. Gadbois ended up making a pass and trying to go out far with it was Bassinger. But Bennett just didn't really have to make any effort there to maintain an easy save. As the Posse going to try and go to work deep in Titan territory. Ferguson with it now in the close side corner up to Lewis, and Lewis is going to take a shot. Looking for his third, Riley Lewis. Sarich going to shut the door on that. For now, Emma Yet making a nice outlet pass to Tellier. Jackson able to shut the door. As the Titans regain the ball deep in their own zone. Already a minute and a half gone by in this second period. Barely feels like it's even been 30 seconds. Quick back and forth action to start the middle frame. It's the Titans with it now in the far side corner, right out into the front and taking a shot, kind of trying to gain a little bit of height, was Potvin. It's the Titans maintaining possession. As Janos has it and is going to get knocked of it. Somehow, though, the ball ends up going across for the 8 seconds. But now, out in front, all alone, was Tellier, who slams his stick against the boards in frustration as it doesn't get much easier than that. Bennett, though, doing a nice job of maintaining his crease, keeping this game 4-2. The battle for the ball now. Scholes gets awarded with it. Fresh 30 seconds put on the shot clock. So Runco gets stripped of it, and Cowan actually lost his stick for a second. There's going to be a penalty for slashing coming up here. This could be the Posse sitting for 2 in the sin bin. So the Titans get another power play look. Try and start to claw their way back into this one. Only down by 2. But sometimes even 2 can feel unsurmountable. It's the Titans on the outside. Up top with it. McCormick is quarterbacking. As Bassinger looks to wind up, opts to pass it over to Hui instead. Hui tries to go down low, and a nice pick pass by Lewis. As now Lewis, that's Tyson Lewis, gonna run it in, stop up along the blue line. Being covered by Schmidt. Pass to the other Lewis, and now Runco was streaking in. Sarich comes up with the stop. Ball loose, Titans just trying to shovel it out of their zone. However, it still ends up in the stick of Riley Lewis. Cross pass and a jumping shot that actually went off the top of the crossbar. And now the Titans running it in as Schmidt slows it down just inside the zone. Still another 49 seconds of power play time to go. Titans don't want to force anything if they don't have to. Back and forth at the top. Winding and firing is going to be Hui. That ball didn't actually end up finding its way to the net, as just trying to make a far shot was Bassinger with a dying shot clock. Turns out that actually hit a defender. as Hogman has it now in the close side. Bit of a floater pass over to Schulz as Hogman is going to go off. Allen is knocked off the ball by Schulz. Loose. Scooped up by Lewis. Is Hackett fresh out of the box. We're back 5-on-5. Titans are not able to capitalize. Titans with it. Tellier passing off, regaining it, open, and puts it home on the far side. Micah Tellier cuts the lead in half. And there's actually going to be a penalty that's going to be handed out after the goal. And it looks like it's going to be Hunter Gadbois heading to the box. As referee's actually signaling for the Posse captain to come out as well, talk to him. Referee's talking to the benches, currently talking to head coach Mike Sim of the Posse. This referee not having any of it tonight. Maybe a little grumpy. This referee's now going to run over to the box here. They're going to officially finally put that goal on the board, as no penalties are actually going to end up being called in the long run anyway. So just over 5 gone by in the middle frame. 4-3 is where we sit, as Titans are looking to maybe get a second one really quick. As streaking in is going to be Gadbois now. Gadbois takes a shot. And a nice job closing the 5-hole by Bennett. And now a pass up to Hunneman, as Hunneman was maybe looking for a fast break of his own. Hunneman trying to knock Drolette off of the ball. Drolette loses it out of his stick, and now Schulz going to chase after for the Posse, as Schulz gains possession for them. As the Posse look to increase their lead one more time to 2. Schulz looking onto the close side for Hackett, as Hackett's going to get knocked into the boards. And close referee is going to say that Allen hit him a little too hard, as Schulz gets it restarted for the Posse. Hackett now winds and fires one, just a little bit wide of the net. This ball currently sitting loose behind the net. Picked up by the Titans. Went off of a Titan and landed in the stick of Amayette. Amayette trying to go to the open man, rushing in, taking a shot, and right off of the post is going to be Josh Little. It's a game of inches. With Sarich just going to pass it up to Tellier. As Tellier crosses the red line, they're going to start that shot clock one more time. Ball bouncing into the close side corner now. Battle for it in the corner. Nobody really seems to have the edge on this one, and finally popped out for the Posse as Janos brings it in. Janos gets knocked down hard right in the middle, and a nice job by the Titans on the defensive side to regain that ball as it gets sent up the close side. Tellier with Janos covering. Hogman right behind and knocks him down. There's going to be a penalty on the play as well. So the Posse are going to head back to the box on their next touch of the ball. Titans now on the delayed penalty, looking to maybe get one in, and it's not going to matter as the Posse now knock it loose, pick it up. So the Posse are going to pay with a 2-minute minor. They're actually going to call it a 4-minute penalty here on the Posse. That's even better of a break if you're the Titans, and even worse of a break if you're the Posse, because it's going to be a long power play opportunity. And if you're the Titans head coach Griffin Carey, you are telling your guys, you have to get a goal here and tie this game up as we close in on the middle of the middle frame. Referee's just making some final checks here. Everybody's ready. They actually put 2 minutes up on the board at first. So they do have to adjust that on the board. So in the meantime, while we're just waiting for them to put that on the board, we have one other game going on live right now here on CROW LAX TV. That's the Junior B Tier 1 Rebels and Warriors. It looks like we're currently in the second intermission over at the Bill Hunter, where the Rebels lead 14-1 on the Warriors after the Warriors lost about 6 or 7 key pieces in the offseason from guys graduating out. And you know, head coach Vay Dip, he tried to regain a little bit of that in the draft. So that Warriors club looks to be in a bit of a struggling, I don't know if you want to call it lane or what here, to start their 2025 season. The Rebels, on the other hand, well, when you're up 14-1, all you can really say is that you've really started your season on a high note. Still with 20 minutes to go over there. Well, in the meantime, while we are waiting here, Battle of the Border, it's going to be back this September in Missoula, Montana. You can tour the beautiful University of Montana campus, learn about the CROW LAX program, and full-ride scholarships for Canadians, all while taking part in the annual North versus South Box Lacrosse Tournament. You can learn more today by following them on Instagram at Battle of the Border Lax. As we get the 4 minutes up on the board, referees taking their places one more time, and we're back underway in our Drawson Recreation Center for a 4-minute power play look for the Titans as the Titans pass it around up at the top. Quarterbacking this one is going to be Barrel. Barrel to Bassinger. Bassinger looking to wind up. Opting to pass to Huey on the far side instead as Huey winds and fires, and Bennett stands his ground. And they're going to award this ball back to the Titans before the Posse could even clear it out of the zone. Ball found its way all the way back down to Sarich in the Titans' net. So the Titans going to go back to work here. As Bassinger holds it. Fake pass, now a real one to Barrel, who just fresh on. And a nice shot by the Titans that almost went in, and Bennett had to drop down on that one. As the Posse now are going to have a look. It's going to be Scheppel short-handed. Takes a shot that's going to go just off the post and out, and actually pretty far down as a bounce pass to Gadbois, and missed him. Ends up in the stick of Bennett. Pass back the other way, missed Jones. Feels like the goalies may be trying to play a bit of pass back and forth the 200 feet. 2.5 minutes left in the penalty, almost half of it gone for the Titans, and they've barely even had 2 shots in this entire power play. It's just kudos to the Posse. Penalty kill is a hard shot from the outside from Bassinger, is going to go wide and cross over the red line for an over and back. So credit to the Posse penalty killers, already killing off half of this 4-minute double minor. As the Posse look to move it around. Getting it into the middle, Runco is trying to go over to Schulz. It missed him, and now Gillette trying to gain possession. This ball currently sits loose behind Sarich. Along the boards as the shot clock is going to expire, so Titans will be awarded that ball with 1:35 of power play time to go. And the 10-minute mark, we have officially crossed over. We've started the second half of this game. Titans just looking to tie this game up. They've been trailing for a long time. It's Bennett. Got a piece of it, but not quite all of it. As it looks like they're going to award that one Let's see. They're going to award it to Hunter Gadbois on this one. On the power play look in the back half of the power play. So that's going to do it for the power play in general. But we sit 4-4 now, and it's a whole new game halfway through. We're right back where we started, and the Posse now have it as Seville is going to get driven into the boards a bit. A couple of Titans just all over Seville. Seville breaks free momentarily, just trying to back in against the defender of Barrel. Barrel doing a nice job of forcing Seville to hold the perimeter, as there's going to be an extra shot there taken off the ball by Schulz, and looking for a penalty on there, I believe, was Allen signaling to the referee like, hey, I just took a shot up high. Where's the call? Referee staring right at it. Doesn't end up giving one out. Thompson just inside Posse territory. Passes off, goes for a change. Potvin passes, and a shot from Little, saved by Bennett. Shot or pass way up, intended for Jones. Missed his stick, ball loose, bounces right into Sarich's stick, and Sarich was just trying to go quickly. Sarich was just trying to pass that up pretty quickly. It ended up going into the netting and actually ended up into the stands here over by us. So with that, we're going to have a goalie water break with 8:44 to go in the second. Hackett is going to get it restarted for the Posse. As the Posse are going to streak in, try and take a shot down low on Sarich. A quick whistle, but it didn't get out of the feet of Sarich. Now quickly up is Thompson. Thompson covered by Hackett. Hackett almost lost his footing as Thompson was coming in with a little bit of heat. Spinning off the defender's Bassinger. Quickly then, pass to the far side, McCormick. Back to the close side. Is Gadbois maybe looking for his second? Gadbois finally shakes off the defender, only to be met with another one. And shot from out far just before the shot clock expires. Doesn't make its way to the net, so Posse going to be awarded it anyway. As it rolled out of Hogman's stick, and Hackett goes into the boards off of Allen. Posse just looking to go quickly as Lewis gets hit up high, and there's going to be a penalty coming up on the play to Amayette, I believe. I believe they're going to give him at least a 2 here, as Lewis just bulldozing his way in, as finally the Titans are going to touch it up, and they're going to call a cross-checking penalty here. We'll see if it's a 2 or 4, as that was to the head. So they're only going to call it a 2-minute penalty here to the Titans. Nonetheless, that's 2 minutes. You're shorthanded that you don't want to be. 7:32 remains here in the second. With the Posse now, Hackett getting it started back up for the Posse. Back to Hackett. Schulz. Hackett. Down low. And just trying to keep his feet out of the crease was Runco, who was trying to go across to Lewis as ball was loose, and they felt Hackett may have put a little too much pressure there on, so Titans awarded the ball, and quickly down the floor are the Titans, opting to kind of just dump it in, maybe kill off a few extra seconds of time. But unlike in hockey, it's much easier to quickly move up the floor in lacrosse. Lewis. Schulz with it now. Fake pass goes to Lewis. As Riley Lewis is going to get knocked down and ball loose. Going to be picked up by Thompson. As Thompson Going to get it up and now streaking in. It's going to be Allen. Allen, though, fakes it out and stops at the blue line. Trying to get around Schulz and Hackett. Hackett doing a nice job popping that ball free just to be picked up by Bassinger anyway. 45 seconds of power play time remains for the Posse. As it's going to be basically a 3-on-1 mugging right now of the Titans by the Posse, and finally popping it out is Schulz as he grabs it, slows it down. 30 seconds of power play time to go, 6 left in the second. Lewis tries to go for a low shot, and Sarich actually didn't know where it was. Luckily, it didn't bounce out and into the net. Up quickly, close side is Schmidt. Schmidt, let the mugging continue one more time as Hackett gets it out quickly for the Posse on this one. And with that, power play is going to come to an expiry, and we're back 5-on-5. Ball currently loose over on the blue line right in front of the Posse bench, and now it's going to be a Titans 2-on-0. Titans moving it in quickly to Gadbois, and Gadbois bounces out of his stick. Not even enough to get a one-timer opportunity. As Bennett's going to come out of his net to stop Gadbois from moving forward. And now the Titans, Gadbois looking for another opportunity here and putting one just a little bit wide. Posse now moving it quickly as Hogman going to move in. Hogman puts it home! Josh Hogman makes it 5-4 Posse with under 5 to go in the second. It's going to be Seville and Hui. Going to be won by Seville again. Seville is just dangerous in the face-off so far in this one. Seville streaking in, trying to get a shot off. Maybe a shot pass to Lewis. Lewis is going to get hit from behind and go down. Keeps the ball. Penalty is going to be coming up to the Titans as the whistle is going to blow. They are going to call it there. We'll see exactly how many minutes. I'm assuming another 2. And that's exactly what we are going to be called here. So it's going to be 2-minute power play one more time for the Posse as they look to extend the lead a bit further back up to the 2. Riley Lewis gets it started for the Posse. Passing over to his brother Tyson. Jumping to try and regain that was Grady Thompson. Wasn't going to matter as the Posse still find a way to get that ball right back. Lewis to the other Lewis. Cross pass. Ferguson. Tyson. Schulz takes a shot. Sarich with the stop. Minute 20 still left on that Titans penalty. As the ball hit, it looked like it may have hit a stanchion actually, as it bounced really funny right near the penalty boxes. So the Posse going to take full advantage of that and go back to work as a shot from Tyson Lewis goes a bit wide. Ball loose, Ferguson fighting for it along with Allen. Now Riley Lewis is going to tuck that one in. They're going to say no goal immediately. They're going to actually say that the shot clock expired just before he got that shot off. That is an unlucky break for the Posse as they are going to strip the ball almost immediately, and Runco was looking to maybe pick that one up and bounced out of his stick. It's the Posse looking to set it up one more time. They still have 30 seconds of power play time to go. Just under 3 left in the period. There's a shot from Tyson Lewis goes wide. Schulz grabs it right near his own benches, and a quick shot by Tyson goes a bit wide. 10 seconds power play time to go. Posse still holding the ball. Maybe a power play marker coming up. It's down low was Tyson Lewis, and that's going to do it as we're fresh back 5-on-5 as the Posse are going to take one last shot just before Cowan can get back in the play. Is Riley Lewis with it. Riley moves in, takes a shot. Sarich drops down, makes a stop. Titans just trying to get it, and a loose ball picked up by the Posse again, trying to get it past Sarich. And the Titans are just fumbling under all sorts of pressure right now. They just can't get it out of the zone. We've played probably the last 3 or 4 minutes down here in the Titans territory. This Posse trying to just make them pay, forcing the Titans not to get a change off. They've barely been able to change anybody. Ferguson holding it now. Ferguson bounces it out to Riley Lewis. Down low, shot. Sarich with a pad stop. Fresh 30 as Riley Lewis regains it again. Posse all over, swarming. Shot wide. Runco with it now. Minute 23 to go here in the second. Runco running it up, looking for a passing lane. He's going to go down low, intended for Ferguson. That's going to pop out to a Titan. And on that offensive fumble, the Titans now are able to get at least one, maybe 2 sets of fresh legs out, and they can get 2 sets of fresh legs out, but either way, the Posse are still making them pay with another 60 seconds to go here in the second. With it now, Schulz. Pass intended for Runco, bounces towards Sarich, and Sarich just shoulders that one up, picked up by the Posse captain of Scheppel. Scheppel going to shoot that one, kept in by Fedorik. Fedorik to Scheppel. Pass across, going to be cut off, maintained by Lewis, taking a shot on Sarich. Sarich just standing the ground. And as the ball goes all the way down into Posse territory, it is going to be a full 5 that get changed off for the Titans, maybe to their detriment here as the Posse were looking to make them pay off the slow change. 13 seconds left in the period. Posse have the time to make one more shot at it. Posse maintaining it as Shelton loses it, and now 1 second. The shot from Tellier is going to go off Ferguson and way out of play, and that's going to do it for the second period. Through 40 minutes, Posse lead the Titans 5-4. You're watching CROW LAX TV. We'll be back with the third. Welcome back inside our Drawson Recreation Center as we get set for third period action between the Sherwood Park Titans and the Parkland Posse. 5-4 Posse lead, that's where we sit as we're back underway here in our Drawson and just ending now out at Bill Hunter Arena in Edmonton. Junior B Tier 1 matchup. Rebels taking the Warriors down 16-1 final score from the Bill Hunter. Lots of the guys that could be playing up there, well, some of them are playing down here right now. As Muhammad and I talked about on the Junior Beast podcast this week, you can catch that weekly right here on CROW LAX TV. As the Posse look to mount an offensive back the other way. Scooped up by the Titans in front of their own net. And kind of just squatting down to try and pick that one up was Thompson as he just got knocked off kilter a little bit. It's the Posse looking to wind it up with Schulz off to Runco. Runco takes a shot off the backboards, maybe looking to replicate what the Titans had done to them in the second. The Posse maintaining possession. They're doing a great job right now on that. Posse trying to get it down low. Ball pops up right in the front, picked up by the Titans. And now we move back right to left. As Titans, Hunter Gadbois takes a shot that goes just a little bit wide and pops up high. As Jones holding his, don't know what you exactly want to call that, as he was just basically slashed. As Posse take a shot. It's Sarich with the stop. Ball loose, going to be picked up by Shelton. A pass intended for Schulz, missed him. So scooping it up deep in his own territory is going to be Barrel. This ball's still loose. Posse trying to regain possession on the offensive, and there's going to be a penalty coming up to the Titans as there's an extra shot laid on Lewis. And I believe it's going to be Amayette who's going to head to the box. We'll see what the official call is as the Titans now touch it up. It's going to be a 2-minute cross check by the looks of it. To the Titans. And it is going to be a 2-minute call to Amayette here. For a cross check, 17:26 to play in this one. As the Posse are going to go back to work. Hackett. Schulz. Back to Hackett. Down low. Pass across and Lewis. That's going to be Riley Lewis's hat trick goal. He now has scored thrice. 6-4, Posse over the Titans. Still with another 17 minutes to go. Still anybody's game realistically. As everybody looks to get set one more time, and we're back underway. So the Titans just trying to scoop it in. Ball currently loose. Trying to pick it up is Scheppel. He finally does. Runs it across the red. That's where he's going to hold it. Scheppel trying to get in a little bit deeper. Cross pass as Lewis was maybe looking for a shot. Trying to pass to his brother, and now there's a shot on Sarich, who makes the stop. Ferguson. Schulz now down low. Lewis is going to put another one on the board for himself. Back-to-back goals. That's Lewis's fourth, and puts the Posse up by their biggest lead of this one, 7-4. 16:32 to go. Only about a minute separating those two goals by Lewis. As the ball is going to roll all the way deep into Sherwood Park territory. And now the Titans trying to go back to work. Gadbois with it now. Passing off, finds its way over to McCormick. McCormick winding, firing. Bennett with the stop. McCormick still holds, gets around one, gets around two, and gets just stopped up by the other three. As there's going to be a delay of game call here by the looks of it. I think it's going to be the Titans. And that's exactly what we're going to get. Getting a bit of an explanation from the referee right in front of us here. So it looks like going to serve this penalty is going to be Dominic Potvin. So the Posse get another power play opportunity, and this could spell disaster for the Titans. A Posse goal here puts them down by 4, and then with only about 15 minutes left, that's a hard wall to climb back from. Hard shot from the outside by Hackett. Didn't hit the goaltender. Shot clock still counting down. It's at 10. Hackett looked to wind up again. Schulz tic-tac-toe over to Lewis. Lewis takes a shot that I don't believe hit the goaltender, as they didn't reset the shot clock again. So shot clock going to come to an expiry. And a nice job by the Titans to ensure no fresh 30s for the Posse. Thompson holds it now. Being hacked at by Schulz. Hogman in there now. Janos also in there now. Janos throwing a couple of his own. Now 3 Posse just swarming Thompson. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Thompson's just going to kill off as much time as he can. Doing a nice job using his body to force the Posse into it. And now the Posse leave the ball there for the Titans, as the Titans actually did have too many players on the floor for a period. No penalty coming up, though, however, for that. 45 seconds of power play time remain for the Posse here, with 14:30 left on the game clock. Running it in, close side, Tellier. Tellier finds a lane, takes a shot, and it goes off of Bennett. But it's going to be awarded to the Posse, as it looks like there may actually be, looked like there was potentially a penalty coming up, but they were just holding it for a second. Is now running it in. It's going to be Hunneman, and his shot goes a bit wide. Fresh 30 to work with for the Titans as it goes over to Sarich. Now Cowan with it. Cowan gets past Schulz, and now it's going to be awarded to the Posse just as Cowan steps inside the Posse zone. Schulz with it to Runco as penalty comes to an expiry, back 5-on-5. Runco with it now, down low. Lewis with a shot, pops up off of Sarich. Scooped down by Potvin, fresh out of the box, ball still loose. Potvin just scoops it up and using his body to make sure nobody could get past him. It looked like it was Hackett and Schulz trying to get in there, as Hackett takes a high shot on barrel, and there is going to be a penalty for holding coming up. And it looks like the Posse may now get their fair share of bench warming the penalty box. as Hackett is going to take a 2-minute holding call. 13-17 to play here in the third. Barrel with it to start this one. Little Barrel. Pass on the far side. Now up to the top, winds and fires one just wide as Chase Bassinger. This ball pops out towards the red line. Bassinger just barely staying on side. Now winding, firing, as Bennett didn't quite get all of it, and it looked like Little got just as much of that shot as he wanted. Ball going to be awarded to the Titans. Off a loose ball violation. Little with it. Up to Hui. Hui to Gadbois. Gadbois taking a shot that's going to go wide, and that actually is going to hit. There's like this piece of string kind of hanging over. And now Hogman is going to run down and take a shot that's going to go just a little bit wide. It's a piece of string kind of hanging over the arena here inside their Drawson Recreation Center. That's actually what the ball hit, so that's why it was whistled down. As Fedoruk now grabs it neutral territory. As Hogman with him. Elects to slow it down as Fedoruk. Fedoruk weighing his options. Holds it, maintains it, winds, fires one just wide to Sarich, gains his own rebound, looking for a second chance. Sarich comes up with the stop as hovering was Ferguson. And now a nice job by Runco to cut that pass behind the back pass. Over to Fedoruk. Fedoruk. Keep in mind, too, the Posse are currently short-handed, and they're just going to town on the Titans right now as they're going to take a shot. Is Lewis. And the Titans now going to try and come back into the zone with only 2 seconds left on the power play, though it's not going to matter. As Hackett now fresh out of the box, back 5-on-5. So the Titans have it now, 11-11 to go in the third. Titans need to scrape and scratch and claw their way back into this one as a hard shot from McCormick. And now Runco trying to get in, tries to throw Hui off his game. As Runco finds his way past everybody and takes a shot on Sarich. Sarich comes up with the stop, and now Hackett throws a hit on Allen. They're going to award this ball to the Titans off of that hit. So now they're actually going to just reset here for the Titans. Barrel has it now. Cross to Tellier. Tellier fakes. And now a pass from Bassinger intended for Barrel. Missed him. Barrel, though, regains it off the sideboards, and Gadbois takes a shot streaking in. That Bennett comes up with the stop. Bennett sends that one down the floor for Hackett. Hackett missed the initial, and then it looked like that was Archer Heft. Was trying to go for it. Posse, though, with it now as Riley Lewis spins off his man. Cross pass to Scholes. Picked off as now Amayette is going to bring it in. Amayette stopped up by Runco. Circles back around, goes for a change off as McCormick holds it. McCormick over to Potvin. Potvin pass. Tellier. Tellier trying to streak in, gets that knocked out of his stick. 6 seconds on the shot clock. As in the arena here, they're going to call a goalie water break here as the clock actually wasn't ticking down here in the arena. So I don't know what they're going to reset it to. Because right now it's sitting at 10. So while we wait for that, I just want to remind you that Battle of the Border is back in September in Missoula, Montana. You can tour the beautiful University of Montana campus, learn about the CROW LAX program, and full ride scholarships available for Canadians, all while taking part in the annual North versus South Box Lacrosse Tournament. Learn more today by following them on Instagram at Battle of the Border LAX. So it looks like they ticked down the clock to 9:59 here in the arena, and that's where we're going to start this one back up. We're back underway here in the arena as the Posse are going to get a quick goal off the restart. It's going to be Tyson Lewis who gets that goal. That puts the Posse up 8-4, doubled up on the Titans. And if you're the Titans in the back half of the third period, well, head coach Griffin Carey not going to be happy about that. Hoping his team can somehow scratch and claw their way back into this one. As the penalty box is timekeepers accidentally set off the arena horn here. Ball is going to be awarded to the Posses. It looked like it may have been the Titans trying to get something going there. It was a bit unclear at the moment. So Runco grabs that over to Lewis on the far side. Lewis to the other Lewis. And that's actually going to miss his stick. He's going to be driven into the boards. Being covered at the moment by Thompson. Pass out for Runco. Bounces over the red line. It's going to be an over and back. It's going to be Titans ball with 9:19 to go here in the third. Titans pass out for McCormick. McCormick gets stripped of it. Ball currently loose as Fontaine's going to go for it, and Gadbois kind of comes out of nowhere to make sure Fontaine can't get a sustained offense off of it. Get to Amayette. Amayette over to the Posse bench. Cut pass as Jones gets around Potvin. Maybe for a second as Potvin maintained the body positioning. As Schulz now finds his way around for sure. Gets cut off by another defender instead. Posse trying to get it out. It was stripped by the Titans. As now Potvin moves it in. Potvin getting covered by Schulz as Potvin tries to take a high shot on Fedoruk. Ball currently loose, and Seville throws a bit of a slash in and hard into the boards. There's going to be a penalty coming up as Passenger goes down like a sack of bricks. So it's going to be a Posse penalty here. We'll see how long they're going to give as referees are actually having a discussion on their way over here. It's going to be a 5-minute boarding call to the Posse, and this is dangerous territory for them. The Titans now have a 5-minute major, over half the game left to try and get back into this one. You're down by 4, but now you've got a 5-minute major power play to work with. As Barrel is going to get it started for the Titans, trying to get their way back into this game. It's ripped it from just outside the circle, stopped by Bennett. Bennett just going to hold it for a second. As Bennett seems to be in a bit of pain right now. Off of that, trainer Caitlin Drake coming out onto the floor, checking it. It does look like Bennett is holding his neck area. That's never anything good that you really want to see. So While Bennett gets looked at here, we will take a short little break. You're watching CROW LAX TV. We'll be back momentarily. Well, good news to report. Bennett seems to be fine after getting a quick look over from trainer Caitlin Drake. So we're back underway. Still another 4.5 minutes of power play time as the Titans regain the ball in their own zone. Trying to get past Runco as Scholes just comes flying in on Gowan. And now a pass over to Little as Little. Titans coming in 2-on-1, ball down low, and just dropping on it is Bennett. Ball picked off before a deep pass could be made by the Posse. 1 minute gone by in this power play. Titans moving it around on the outside. Trying to maybe find a lane in. This pass is going to be cut by Hogman. And now Hogman is going to have a partial break opportunity, putting it just a little bit wide of Sarich as just bearing down on him. Looks to be Mike Atelier. As Hogman regains it, shorthanded, slips a shot from Cowan. As Hogman just getting pounded on the far side by Cowan. Posse just trying to send it back down, and now Gadbois slips a shot from Hogman. Gadbois walks it in and puts it home. Gadbois cuts the lead down. 8-5 is where we sit. Still another 3:06 of power play time to go. 6:16 left on the game clock here in our Drawson Recreation Center. As the Titans slowly making their way back up. Seville almost with another win, and it took about 3 Titans to beat Seville on that draw. As pass made over to McCormick. Now pass on the close side and a shot from Barrel. Ball loose. Trying to pick it up. This is Bassinger and McCormick. Scheppel in there as well. Ball bounces over the line. It is going to be called an over and back, though, I believe. Referee not calling it an over and back. Titans get a lucky break there. 2.5 minutes left on the power play. Still down by 3 are the Titans as Gadbois gets it. Fires one as that's going to go off of Shelton and into the far side corner. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Titans trying to get something on net. Gadbois winds and fires another one. That one does end up on Bennett. Bennett will see how far he tries to go. He's coming really far out of his net. Look at how far he's coming out of his net. As now we're going to have a bit of a stare down here, and we might have some fist flying maybe, as Bennett having some words with Dominic Potvin. Bennett and Potvin maybe something to watch as we are in the dying minutes of this one. It's not often you see a goalie come out that far to then try and challenge. And there's going to be a 2-minute illegal substitution call on the Titans. And with that, it is going to now be a 4-on-4 for practically the rest of this penalty. So the Posse get a nice getaway here with 5 minutes to go. As Runco gets it started for the Posse, and all over him is Thompson. Runco trying to run it in, makes a pass off to Schulz, and looking back door was Lewis. Isn't able to get one in. He maintains possession, however. Now to his brother, cross to Schulz. Schulz winds and fires and scores just on the far side of Sarich. And the Posse go up 9-5. As it was a 4-on-4, Titans thought they got out of the box, that it was a power play goal. Unfortunately, it was not. It wasn't even strength. So 4:56 to play. As they took the penalty off the board for the Titans, they actually have to put it back on now with the time expired off of it. So we'll see how they do this here in the arena. So as we wait in the arena for them to get everything sorted, which they actually just did, just want to remind you that we have a 3-game slate tomorrow for you here on CROW. It all kicks off at 2 p.m. as the Silvertips visit the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels. I actually have that call for you from the Dow Centennial Center in Fort Saskatchewan, followed by a 2:30 start as the bodies are starting to get a little more physical. 2:30 start, Outlaws and Warriors. That game at Bill Hunter Arena. The Warriors try and come back from that devastating 16-1 loss today against the Rebels, as the Titans here just trying to get it in. Hackett just drives barrel hard into the boards. And then our final game of tomorrow, 4 p.m., the Tier 2 Warriors right here, as the Titans will go right back to work one more time. That game, 4 p.m., right back here in the Ardrossan Recreation Center. It's going to be a 2-minute cross-checking call to the Posse. So now the Titans get 2 minutes of power play time. As we're going to play a rare 4-on-3 that you don't see very often. And ripping one from the close side is Little. Nice job by Bennett to keep that one out. Pass over to Gadbois, and now back over to Little. Missed him. So now Hogman was knocked into the boards lightly. Titans maintaining possession. Cross pass and a bouncing shot that just was outside the goal line up into the netting. So Posse going to be awarded the ball with 3:50 to play here in the third. Hogman brings it in, stops up just inside the Titans zone at the blue line. Hogman takes a slash. Now Hogman driving in, trying to get a shot off, and looked like he didn't quite get it on Sarich. As shot clock down to 9 seconds now. Posse need to make something happen, as there's a lot of penalties on the board, and I don't know who's coming out first. It looks like it may be the Titans coming out first. As penalty comes to an expiry for them, Posse are about to get the 5-minute major knocked off the board. As that now comes off, so still another 42 seconds of power play time for the Titans. The Titans take a shot. And looking backdoor was Gadbois. Still another 28 seconds of power play time. Gadbois with it again, looking for Little backdoor. Little puts it off the post, and that's going to go pretty far down the floor. Fresh 30 to work with, however, as Titans are just going to send that one deep in. This ball comes out, and Bennett going to just scoop that one up for the Posse. 9 seconds of power play time to go. With the Posse with possession, that's basically going to do it for the power play. As we're back 5-on-5 now for the first time in a long time here in Ardrossan. Titans now have 2:20 left on the clock and down by 4. Titans trying to run it in. Looking down low was Bassinger. This ball hits somebody in front. Nice quick pass over to Tellier. Tellier is going to wind, and Bennett with a nice save. Second chance opportunity with a quick shot from Potvin. It's the Posse try and pass it up the close side, and Titan is going to go down off the ball, off the play, so it's going to be awarded Titans ball. Down with Sarich. Quickly through center. Now Potvin. Close side, minute 42 to play from inside Ardrossan. Gadbois trying to shake off his man. He finally does, gets a shot off, and Bennett with a nice pad save in the final 90 seconds of play now. Seville knocked off it this time. Posse are holding it. Is Potvin. Potvin winds and fires. Bennett with the stop. Second chance opportunity, diving for that shot. Ball still loose. Diving for that shot was Josh Little. 52 seconds to go, and now with 50.9 to go, the Posse up by 4. They're going to call a timeout. So once again, as we come into the final minute of play here, my name is Keenan, bringing you all the action this evening from inside our Ardrossan Recreation Center. Thank you for tuning into CROW LAX TV. Got games from 4 divisions all season long right here. Junior B Tier 1, Junior B Tier 2, Alberta Major Female, and Senior B. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every single time we go live all season long with all the action. Cap off the season will also be streaming the Larry Bishop Memorial Cup for Junior B Tier 1. That is scheduled to take place the first weekend in August in Fort Saskatchewan. It was our pleasure to be able to cover some of that last year. And we get the pleasure to do it one more time. As the timeout is now completed, referees had a quick discussion with the benches. So the Posse with the ball, 50.9. You got to think they're just going to kill this off as much as they can. As Lewis has it, trying to go over to Runco. Runco with it now, being covered, being swarmed a little bit. Opts to pass it. Now Ferguson with it in the far side corner. Lewis now with it, and there is going to be the ball awarded to the Titans with 30.5 to go. That means that's going to be 0.5 seconds that separate the shot and game clock, and now as the Posse scoop that one up and just go over and back, at 21.6, the Titans have the rest of the game to work with. Is bringing it over the middle is Thompson. He's not going to do a whole lot. He knows with 11 seconds left, you're down by 4. There's no point. Conserve your energy for tomorrow, as he's going to fake a shot, and Hogman was ready for it. And he's just going to hold it. And that's going to do it from here inside our Ardrossan Recreation Center. Your final score, Parkland Posse 9, Sherwood Park Titans 5. Once again, Titans will be back in action tomorrow against the Tier 2 Warriors. That game 4 p.m. right here. Zach will have that call for you. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to CROW LAX TV. My name is Keenan. Have yourself a good night, and we'll see you for the rest of the weekend here on CROW.